Good evening, curling fans from Hamilton and around the world. Welcome to TSL's coverage of the Ontario Senior Men's and Women's Championships, coming to you live from the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton. My name is Barb Williamson, and I'm joined by Laurie Eddy, National Scotties silver medalist. Welcome, Laurie.
Hi, Barb. Great to be here for the opening draw of the Senior Men's Provincial Championship. I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm hoping to see lots of rocks in play. So our feature game today is between Team Hutchinson. They're out of the Paisley Curling Club, and they are playing against Team NIGH from the Lindsay Curling Club.
So they're just finishing up the practices here, Laurie, and they, as with all competitive play in Ontario, they draw to the button for last rock advantage in the first end. And so the team from Lindsay that are out practicing right now are just throwing their last rock right now, and they have to beat a draw from the Hutchinson team that ended up in the back four. So we're just watching this rock finish up here, and we'll be able to tell you who has the last rock advantage.
Looking pretty good.
Got it. Yep. Wonderful draw by the skip from Team NIGH, and they have earned the last rock advantage here in the first end. So it's only 8 ends in this competition, Laurie. So it's kind of important that you get your stuff together right out of the gate.
Yeah, hammer is pretty critical in an 8-end game. I agree. They were actually a little annoyed that they didn't cover the pin.
It overcurled by about 4 inches. Yeah.
They do measure these, and they do add them up, a cumulative scoring for the draw to the button, and it can determine spots for playoffs and if there's a tiebreaker scenario.
Yeah, so there are some rules around the draw to the button as well. It's a 7-game round robin, and each player has to draw to the button at least once. And the other 3 games, then it's pretty much anybody can draw, but everybody has to have a turn, so it's not all up to one person.
Yeah, I love that idea, actually.
So the guys are just shaking hands now, and we'll be underway shortly.
So let's talk about the other games that are being played tonight. On Sheet C, we have Cochrane versus LaBelle. On Sheet D, we have Lewis playing Daniel. And on Sheet F, we have Armstrong playing Riella. I think I got it right. Okay, we got some fist pumps to start the game, and we're off and running.
So this is an 8-team field, and 6 of the teams make their way into this competition by regional qualifiers, and the last 2 spots are determined by a challenge round, which was just held not quite 2 weeks ago. So it rounds out the field at 8, and they represent pretty much a good cross-section of the province here.
Yeah, you're pretty familiar with a lot of these teams, aren't you, Barb?
Yeah, actually the 3 teams that are here from Ottawa are, I know these guys well. I've been curling at the same club with them for a few years. So
good representation from them.
Yeah, kind of did her the hard way, but got her done.
He must be making reference to the fact that they went through the challenge round.
Hey, it doesn't matter how you get here. It's just getting here.
That's right. We have actually some former the team that are playing on Sheet C went to the Canadians and did actually quite well. That would be Team Brian Cochrane. They defended this last year, so there was a 9-team round robin, because when you win Ontario, you get an automatic bye back. So in Lindsay last year, we had to play, there were 9 men's teams in the round robin.
Oh, wow.
So all the guys had to play an extra game. So this year there is no Team Ontario, so there's only 8 teams.
Okay. Good to know. All right, we'll see if they're going to mix it up here. And they're not. So we had the pleasure of watching the ladies on this sheet earlier. That one got a ton of curl like it did earlier, and yeah, we've had our first miss of the game.
And I was listening in on the team meeting that the organizers have with all of the players before the game starts, and he warned them that they had better have good rotation on the rocks because there was a very, very generous amount of curl.
Yes.
Line's pretty good.
They did touch up the rocks pre-event.
Just up in there. Looks
So
like it's here on its
you
own.
best be having some rotation.
And even that one over curled, Lori.
I think they were even calling for a guard.
So an opportunity here for
I think they're just going.
the NIGH team to get to make a hit, perhaps even a double here.
So throwing a little bit harder now.
Yep.
And it's still curling a lot.
Whoa, whoa.
Well, I think he really wanted to save that shooter.
Yeah, I think even that one surprised them how much it finished because they weren't even worried about it out of his hand.
And, you know, we talked about this earlier today. The team spends so much time and focus in their 7-minute practice working on the draw to the button, and it is important, but what they don't get to see is the amount of curl when they change the weight. So what does control do? What does normal do? What does board do? And I think we're seeing they're falling victim to that in this first end.
Yeah, it always takes a couple of games to sort of get the feel of the ice and what it's going to do for you. So the first couple games are tricky.
Yep, put her in. Yep, get her on.
So this gives the Hutchinson team a chance to put a second rock in the rings and you know, could eventually cause the force at the end of the
oh yeah, absolutely,
exchange of rocks here.
Yep.
So let's see if they get the same amount of curl here with the intern.
Whoa.
Yeah, he gave a good foot of ice on that one.
It's not going to finish up for him.
Oh, does it get the double?
Oh my, that is a bonus.
Great call.
Wasn't the call, but it'll take it. Well, they start all over here. Probably put up a guard or put one in the rings and see if they can entice the clean end.
Yeah, it's a great chance for Team Hutchinson to get the draw weight feel.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You all right?
Oh, we have just had one of the players trip on.
Get a timeout. Get a timeout.
Oh, shoot.
I hope he didn't injure himself. They've called for a medical timeout here.
Stay there. He fell on his wrist.
Oh, no.
I was going to tell you, too, it's downhill here, and I probably stepped
Just
on it with my
don't
sled.
I'll be right back, okay?
Right, harder than you get.
Uh-oh.
So it looks like we might have an injury. They're checking him out. Looks like he may have injured his wrist.
He's hurt his wrist.
So he went to step up on the backboards, and it looks like he lost his footing.
Oh, boy.
And he went down pretty good.
I want to actually lay it on the ice.
That's not something you'd like to see on the ice, that's for sure.
She aching?
He's really holding his wrist.
He stepped on the backboard and he slipped out and
Where's
fell
his
and he
foot?
fell on his wrist. Is it broken?
Can you move your fingers?
Oh,
I think
boy.
it's broken. Yeah, she
I don't even know if you can bend that.
Oh, just listening
Well,
into the
I don't
comments
know.
here, and looks
Sorry,
like it's
guys.
a little. It's quite. It might be a serious injury here.
I think it's broke.
Oh, no. You never want to start your week. Oh, I can't even. They're really concerned that it's broken.
Yeah, just.
You know how you
Right.
get head?
Just.
I wouldn't get up.
Yeah, just wait a minute.
I wonder if there's even any medical people around.
Can we walk you back, Don? Or do you not want to get up?
No, you can wait. I'm still kind of.
Yeah, don't just relax.
Yeah, that's probably. It's already bruising up a little bit.
Oh dear.
Okay.
You need to go to the hospital. We need to get
I don't know if Simon is or
I
not.
don't.
You want to come out of the game and see how it goes? Oh,
No, it's pretty.
that doesn't look too good.
I just hope
No.
it's not freaking broken. I jammed it. Did you? go
Right into the
down
wall?
on that? I jammed into here, then it went down there. So. Like I could see if he had like 5 or 6 beers. He had like 1 or 2. That's the problem.
First and first
Oh, tell me that. I think you better
probably
just
get you
get
off
off the ice and.
Okay, so it looks like they're going to help him up.
Hutch will get you there. Somebody will take you.
They're already putting some ice on it.
Yeah, I heard them say it's bruised already.
That's not a good sign.
Like, you know what? We can't take you anywhere.
Now they're teasing him.
You okay to walk?
We'll help you.
Does he? Do you have his gripper?
He's got it on his foot. It's this backboard. I stepped on here with my slider off.
It is. Yeah, it's slippery.
I mean, he's got the gripper for his other foot, his sliding foot.
He doesn't want it. Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, goodness. So it seems like that is Don Shane
Yes.
that the injury has happened to.
No, he's yellow.
I think that's his broom, I think.
I think he's thrown his two.
He's moving his
I guess
fingers.
you'll figure it out. I guess you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I broke my wrist before and I could move my fingers as well. So
What a start.
what a
Well,
start
it does.
is right.
It slides up. Like there's a little bit of a dip in there. No.
Nope, sorry.
No.
So we'll try to find
that
out what's
yours?
happening and keep you posted.
Yeah, just. Don't worry about him.
That might be a first for me.
I don't think I've ever seen an injury like that.
Yeah, no, me neither. Sort of shakes everybody up, doesn't it?
He just threw his last.
So he's thrown.
He's thrown
rocks
two.
in this end.
He's thrown his
Okay.
2 rocks in this
Complete
end.
this end with one sweeper and with Fly's throwing 2 and Skip's throwing 2, and then after that you'll have to go 3, 3 and 2. And if he comes back in, if he's able to come back into the game later on after a while, then you can revert to your original.
Okay.
So he can come back in, providing he can come back into an end, providing he can throw a stone in the normal rotation.
Right. Okay. Otherwise, he can come in and sweep if needed, or
He
whatever.
can't come in and sweep unless he can throw
actually
at
play.
least 1 rock in the
Okay.
game.
All right.
In the end.
I don't think he'll be back in this game anyway.
No,
It's
it
his
doesn't
left
look like
hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
Well, he's not that good a sweeper.
All his weights on his left hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're back in
Yeah,
business.
after
So we're back
year
at
2,
it,
then
yeah.
it's 3 and 3.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate timing.
Oh man.
I wasn't
never
even
saw him
watching
go,
him.
but I just
So that was
saw
pretty
him.
good clarification
Well, you
by
know
the
what,
official.
when I
You know,
was- when I come down
what
here
happens now?
and I
Like
had
he's
my
out of the game
slider on and I just
temporarily. If
cleaned
he's
my
able to
shoe
come
off
back
and
in
went
and
backwards, it
throw
just went
is
like
is
that, eh?
I guess the message I got out of that. He can't just come back in and sweep. But at this age, I don't think he's going to be back to do either.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll want to make sure it's okay before he comes back in.
No, I think that's a
Wouldn't want to do further damage.
No, this is.
And you know,
This is mine.
got to be a certain degree of, the other sheets, they have to carry on because their clocks are running.
That's right.
But it has to be a certain amount of distraction, wondering what's going on and, if they know him, how he is. And
Okay, so game on.
and we're back.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
That's really unfortunate, though. You got to feel for the whole Hutchinson team. Not the ideal way to start out their provincial championship.
No,
Hopefully it's not anything too serious.
I hope it's not broken. You know,
Me too.
That's, you know, not only the end for this event, but it's, you know, a cast and the end of his curling for the season and whatnot. But it's not fun having a broken bone.
Normal. Yep. Yep.
So now this team will carry on with 3. And that'll,
Easy.
the first 2 guys will each throw 3 rocks and sweep like crazy.
Yes.
Good throw.
Always a challenge for the single sweeper. Although if we've learned anything the last couple years of watching curling on TV, that seems to be commonplace.
Or the second sweeper is ineffective anyhow. Yeah.
So they say. Well, let's see if Hutchinson's team can shake off that and give these guys a game.
That's a heck of a shot right there.
Yeah, nice little roll.
Probably firm normal. Right there.
And he certainly doesn't want to hit this on the nose because there is a yellow rock sitting there even though it's out of the rings.
Yeah, tricky little shot here to get rid of.
He's got it.
Really nice. What I'm noticing right off the bat with the single sweeper is he's not sweeping on the side to keep the rock straight. He's actually, if you subscribe to that theory, he's sweeping to make it curl. So I'm going to keep an eye on that as the game goes.
There you go, because he's probably just can't sweep on the other side. He's probably maybe not flexible enough to swing around.
I never thought of that.
So if he's like me, he can only sweep on one side.
You can?
I can only sweep on one side.
Really?
Yeah, I can't swing to the other side.
Okay, I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yep. Yep. All right.
I just assumed everybody had that skill to...
No, it's totally backwards for me. I'm a left-handed person that curls right, and it's already confusing enough.
All right. Well, you might be right, because I was thinking, why is he on that side?
Shots, Jimmy. Shot. Yeah.
So this is looking like we'll probably end up with a blank.
The right stick.
Yeah, these ones out on the far edge
keep it
are
fairly
always a
firm.
little challenging for the first
keep it
end.
fairly
There
firm.
tends to be quite a bit of pebbles still out here, and sometimes they can catch people off guard. So we'll see what this one does.
He did mention to his sweeper that he's going to throw it fairly firm, so...
It's a good strategy when you're not sure what it's actually going to do.
Whoa.
That's a great throw.
Just watch that green carpet, Jim. It's slippery.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. When you got just on your sliding foot, like the gripper, it's okay. He had a slider on, you hit her, and down he went. Just like that.
Yeah,
eh?
he just did it too, yeah.
It's
he
greasy.
slipped.
I think it's sprained.
Yeah.
He's got some movement in it.
Yeah.
We're just warning each other about how slippery that carpet is back there. And funny we didn't really pick up on any of that in the women's game.
So he'd like to sit right on the nose here. Great
Those are
shot.
two great shots out there in the wings.
Firm weight, eh? Firm. Firm. Yeah.
So last rock in the
His last rock.
yeah.
So he'd like to change up the spot a little bit, maybe roll to center so the blank attempt would be a little more difficult. Looks like it's a nose hit though. So
Maybe they've made a groove there.
Had a little better release on that one than my first one. Yeah. My first one, I just kind of back here and let it go.
Hit first.
Yeah. Mine did too.
okay, so now the blank attempt. You retain hammer into the second end.
Oh, he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Hard, Henry.
Last.
Looks pretty good.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, great. Okay, so after one end, no score, and Team NIGH will retain the hammer going into the second end.
Green carpet is under your sliding foot. Yeah, because that's what happened. He hit it and then he went down. Yeah, it's really slippery.
So we hope that, did you say his name, what was his name, the gentleman that went down?
Don.
Don. We hope that we get news of his condition so we can update our viewers.
Well, I'd like to say that was uneventful, but poor Don. Jeez.
Couldn't be worse timing.
Pardon me?
Couldn't be worse timing.
Okay, so throwing lead rocks for Team Hutchinson is Pete Irwin.
Well,
He is from
when do you play that?
Ayton. How do you say that word?
Ayton?
Ayton, Ontario.
Oh my.
This is looking a little hot.
Yeah.
So the lead stone thrower for the NIGH team is Henry Jetton, and he lives in Lindsay, Ontario.
Easy, easy.
So Team NIGH throwing up the corner guard here.
Henry, Henry, Henry. Come on, help. Help. All right, Dan.
So you might get your wish here, Laurie. We might have some rocks in play here.
Well, I expected some rocks in play here. We'll see.
Typically, the men are more willing to mix it up right out of the gate.
I'm assuming just because it's the first game that's what's happening, that they're just a bit tentative. So they're changing gears a little bit here, throwing up a center guard now.
Might as well bring it tight. I think it is tight.
I think it's in.
Speedy little spot there.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Got some solid weight on this hit. Would have liked to have sat or rolled behind the corner. Now, Pete's used to throwing lead shots, so let's see how his peeling abilities are.
There you go, yeah. Well, we saw that actually at the Ontario Scotties this year. One of the teams, one of their players went down, and the lead had to throw that first of the seconds rocks, and she was phenomenal. She made a triple, and it was like they were kind of teasing her because she was making all these fantastic shots that she never gets an opportunity to do in her lead position.
Yeah, I won't be happy with that one. He's stuck it there, but they did play the intern hit at it, and that's a tricky spot off the line.
Yep.
Curls a ton. I think it's actually much straighter the other way.
Where are we? Where are we? Okay, well.
Good opportunity here.
Draw, yeah. It's even a better guard than it was
Okay,
here
whoa,
before.
whoa,
I agree.
all right.
A little heavy.
It actually came out the other side. We saw a tremendous amount of finish here in this spot this afternoon. So,
Okay, so throwing one of the second rocks and two of the third rocks is Daryl Shane. Daryl is from Kitchener.
oh, this is really going early.
Okay, good.
Well, they exposed the back one and rolled for center, so they did get something out of the shot. Good opportunity here, though, for Team NIGH with hammer.
Yeah. Throwing second stones for Team NIGH is Dan Reynolds, and he also lives in Lindsay, Ontario.
Line's good. Jimmy, Jim. Whoa, room. Whoa.
Want to keep
Whoa,
this
whoa.
above the tee line
Whoa,
here.
whoa.
This looks like a really nice shot.
Well done.
Yeah, okay. Like that? Normal?
And you saw there that the one of the team's players from the NIGH team may have
really
accidentally kicked that
Nice.
stationary corner guard, and he was just advising the other skip that he, he had touched it with his foot. He didn't know if he'd moved it or not, but
Whoa.
Trying the run back.
Okay.
Pretty good results. With that nice firmer weight, the rocks aren't curling near as much as we saw in the ladies' game this afternoon with the softer weights. So that's good to know.
he does leave a rock behind the tee line for the NIGH team to come down and freeze to, and it will be covered by that corner guard as well. So a bit of a opportunity here for the NIGH team.
Where are we?
So this is the third for the NIGH team, and his name is Jim Scott. And guess what? He also lives in Lindsay.
Come on, guys. Yep.
They are working hard on this one.
Gotta be in the eight. All right. Okay.
Well, a chance here to sit two for
Yeah.
Team Hutchinson.
Same weight, normal.
Did he indicate he wants to roll to the other side behind the other corner, or is that not a bit dangerous?
Yeah, I think he just said to roll like a foot or two.
Whoa. Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
How quickly the advantage turns around. They were, red were drawing for 2 to sit 2, and now yellow sit 2 with one shot.
That's right.
Shot.
Still a good opportunity here for Team NIGH. Could make the hit and roll. Take advantage of that last rock.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
This needs to come up a little bit.
Whoa.
Look at the double.
Oh,
Was close.
What do you think here? Pretty well got it, I think, eh? Got to be at least, he freezes there, eh? Yeah. I don't know where to put the broom, though. Probably try there.
Practice, I seem to be going good.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
So throwing skip rocks is Al Hutchinson.
I think so.
Al lives in Owen Sound. He's wanting to split the rings, make sure he's in front of the tee line.
Line's good. Line's good.
nice finish here.
Front of the tee. Front of the tee. Front of the tee.
Just a little deep. Gives Team NIGH a chance to freeze,
How deep's the spare pool here?
to either
You
really.
should go get that looked at. Now's a really good time. You know. Maybe get a cast on it so that should have taken his broom.
So
boys,
Barb, I'm
go
wondering if there's any teams that
Around
bring
that
fifth
corner, I
players or if there's a spare pool.
Well, we've got to be shot.
I'm
Tee line, I
thinking that you
guess.
might be able to get a spare.
Try to throw what we threw in practice. Is that-
From what I know, there are no fifth players. But you can hear the guys talking, and they're saying, you know, he really should go to the hospital. There's no time like the present to get it looked at.
Line's good.
It will only
Whoa.
hurt more in the morning.
Whoa.
This has really good line, but it's got lots of weight.
It's a little warm.
So that was the first of the skips rocks for Dave Nine. He, being the skip on this team for several years, and
No.
no surprise, he also lives
Probably
in
out
Lindsay.
here, eh? I think. Somewhere.
So we could call these guys Team
A
Lindsay.
little bit less than what I threw, and I think so. Spike top 8. Yeah. I'll take about 6 feet off it. I think so. Yeah.
So a chance to put a whole lot of pressure on here and have Dave Nye looking at 3 when he comes to throw his last rock.
Yeah, so he would love to just bite the 8 foot so there's no chance for a hit and really put the pressure on to draw against 3.
Looks pretty. Looks like it's there in its own to me, but
These are always tricky for the sweepers to judge. Slips a couple feet heavy.
looks pretty
it's
good. Easy,
open
easy,
hit.
easy, easy, easy.
Oh, it's trying really hard to stop.
I think it's just a bit deep. Now we'll see what Dave wants to do here. Does he feel more comfortable?
Yeah.
I mean, if he hits and rolls out, he's giving up 2.
I think he'll feel more comfortable with the hit here.
He's pretty pale.
They did have a good look at Daryl Shane. He threw a couple down here, so they're going to have a great idea of what this does.
No triple there, is there? No triple there, is there?
I hear the guys talking about whether there's a triple or not. It would depend who's throwing this, because look at those 2 red biters.
It's true. Be pretty challenging.
Clean. Clean.
Well, this is a good-looking shot. We know it has some finish here.
Whoa.
Yeah, it looks good to
Clean.
me. Nice shot against 3 there to score 1. So after 2 ends, it's
Henry.
1-0 Team NIGH over Team Hutchinson.
Henry.
Maybe we'll take a peek around the other sheets. So on sheet C, Cochrane and LaBelle, I'm assuming there's no score posted, so I think we've had a couple blank ends. And on sheet D, we have Team Daniel up 2-1 over Team Lewis. And on sheet F, we have Team Armstrong up 3-1 over Team Ryella. Ryella?
Ryella. We'll get it.
Dang. I just want to go Rahala.
The guys were teasing him before the game. They were saying, no, pronounce it Rajala. Poor guy. I bet he spent most of his life telling people how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I'm sure he's heard it all.
So.
Yeah.
I'll butcher it a few times this week, for sure.
Come on, get it. All right, okay. Didn't want it, hey? Yeah. Oh, I would have thought, put it on.
Looks a bit heavy. Yeah, looks heavy.
So we have a guard in play, so I guess we're going to see them mix it up here again. It'll be Hutchinson's first chance with the hammer, so we'll see what he can do.
Hey, Pete.
A little warm on this one, too. Not bad. Good line.
Shorts.
They're not touching this one.
Okay, Henry. Yep.
I didn't see what the call was. Did he want that out front?
No, they were just trying to freeze to the back
Okay.
one, but
really?
he had no line on it. Weight was pretty good if they could have swept
Lots
it.
of rotation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought he was pretty close on the broom. It just had more rotation, I think.
Oh, so you hear the skip saying he thought it was just the way he released it. Interesting. We didn't see too much run straight in that path in our earlier game.
I think he's right, though. It really depends on the release, and if you have extra rotation, it really does impact the stone.
Okay.
That's a miss there.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it just
It goes back.
third rock, so no. Yeah.
No. I'm confused because he's throwing the second's first rock.
Well, where's the other rock? That's only the fourth rock of the end.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, that was the fourth rock of the end.
Should have went back.
That's what I thought. That was my first thought. Is Pete throwing one more? Yeah, Pete's throwing one more. So that was a lead rock. Oh, my goodness. Well, nobody picked up on it except except us.
They even talked about it, and the other skip said, well, it's a fourth rock. Yeah, so it goes back.
Just wait till next year with the 5 rock
rule.
People are going to be really confused. Wow, that's funny. So Pete's going to try double takeout here. It's trying. Jamming.
Oh, just got enough.
Oh, great sweep by the skipper there, I think. No?
Yeah, I'm getting fooled on the amount of rotation today. It's just staying straight.
It's hard to tell if that's still in. Oh, they said it was out, so. It's just not over the back line, but it's out of play, so.
Okay. Nice double.
Very nice. It looked like it needed to curl more. So we'll start all over again. Halfway through the end, Team Hutchison will try and generate a 2-pointer here. You never know, they might jam on that rock sitting back there at some point in the end.
As long as nobody trips on it, I'm
fine. Yeah.
Those ones at the back are always precarious, eh?
Yep. 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 Yep.
There, it's
Oh,
gone,
now.
Excellent.
I think you'll see as the week goes on, Lori, that the level of play, these teams, a lot of these teams, even the senior ladies and the senior men have, we're seeing some former Briar and Scotties players now aging into this group, and they're still really good shot makers. And
well,
the
why
level.
Why do you think I'm here, Barb? I'm scouting for my team in the future.
Well, I think you're going to be you know, when it gets down to the teams that are expected to contend here, you're going to see some really good shot making.
It's okay.
Well, it's always fun when an event leads to a national championship, and as the week goes on, the pressure mounts.
Yeah, and it's interesting to watch how it's going to affect those that have never been in that situation before.
Right. So where did we say the national championship was?
It's in Stratford, Ontario.
Yep.
The national for this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, why did I think it was out in BC?
We were talking earlier that the Masters are in BC.
Oh, the Masters is out there. Okay.
Yeah. These guys get a paid trip to Stratford.
Well, you know.
Hometown crowd.
For sure. Hey. It's working for Korea right now.
Yeah.
Whoa. Roll it on, Dan.
Roll it on. Always joking, these guys.
I love it. Good humor.
That's like that far, eh?
So just a bit of a mistake there. They didn't want to leave that as a guard. It is really, really tight, though, but you're going to see Team Hutchinson try to warp one around there with enough separation that the run-through is a little difficult.
Well, pretty good. Should be lots of room now. It's kind of running.
Getting fooled on the line a little bit here. And the weight.
He tried his best to get that.
Yeah, you would have had that out, Dave.
So I don't know. I guess we get this back here.
So bad.
I think the tendency when you do only have the one sweeper in this situation, you might try to give it a little extra so you don't kill your sweeper.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to carry him off later on?
yes. So that could be it, just trying to make the shot a little too much out of your hand.
Geez, this sheet is a bad sheet.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's looking to hurt themselves here.
I think there's other people they're slipping out there or something. Maybe they're just nervous that they're on Title Sports Live.
Well, there you go.
Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, we're down to skips
Whoa,
rocks
whoa.
already here in the second
Whoa.
end.
Okay, nice hit there. Oh, he's still trying to generate his 2 points. I thought he might just try to blank out the end, but he
Just
looks
looked a
like he's
little tight,
going
that's
for
Well,
Skipper's
we could've
two?
done that too, but if I don't make it, then he's.
I think he actually has a pretty good chance at this. He saw the path with his first one.
I think with
You know,
sweeping
you should
weight,
know
it
the
might
weight
suck
a
in behind the corner. Daryl threw that kind of on his own, so it's kind of an either-or shot. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Should be there in its own, I think.
trying to get a hog-to-hog time here.
Well, his line's getting much better here.
Yep.
So that was 15.
Yep.
15-4.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Just needed to go a bit further to bury, eh?
Same ice as I
3 or 4 more feet of weight, and I think it's buried, eh?
I got to the nose of that, right?
Weight was good for
Yeah, it would have got buried.
Yeah, great chance here now for
Could've
Team
probably
NIGH
had
to hit
edge of
and
4
roll a
probably.
little bit and sit 2 to get the force.
not much different in practice.
No,
Okay. Yeah. All right. No. Whoa,
a little bit.
whoa,
Might have got that out a little wide.
Quite enough.
whoa, whoa.
If he has nice weight,
Whoa.
it should come up for him. And he has a
Whoa.
lot of house to roll to. Yeah, it's perfect. That's a great shot.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yep.
There with just a little bit down normal.
Yeah.
So important for him to stick here. He doesn't want to give up a steal.
You had more rotation. Yes, I know. I noticed that.
Not to put as much
Well, no, that's fine. As long as you just do the same thing every time.
I know, that's why.
Okay.
It looks like so much ice for down normal, eh?
Yeah. Because he had perfect weight, like it was top
Yeah.
top eight weight. Just didn't come across. And it was just because of the rotation. No.
Well, the first one had almost none. It almost lost to it at the end, I thought.
Yes.
So that's why I won.
Oh, they're on it early.
It's clean. It's clean.
He's
It's
good. I
clean.
think he's
It's
good.
clean.
Well done.
Great shot. So after 3 ends, the score is tied, 1 apiece between Team Hutchinson and Team NIGH.
So the last rock advantage will flip back over to Team NIGH. here in coming up into the fourth end.
So Pete is a hockey player, a golfer, and I think that says harness racing.
Yeah, it does.
Interesting. I need to find out more.
Yeah.
He's got a full complement of sports going on there.
That's all right. You're up center. Shot.
I think it's safe to say that Pete will sleep well tonight after doing all this sweeping. And Henry's hobbies are gardening, woodworking, and biking.
Henry, hard, 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 hard.
This one's moving.
Hang on, this is Henry.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh my, sorry.
Jimmy, take
I have
that
the wrong guy. Dan, I should be talking about Dan. Dan's hobbies are golf, scuba diving, and traveling.
Well, Dan just made a nice tick there. I'm not sure that was the intended call, but decent result. So they'll ask for Pete to throw another center guard.
Looks a wee bit heavier, but
So lots
yeah,
of
it looks
rocks in
heavier
play
to me.
this
Looks like
end.
it might be in.
Really doesn't want to be in here, though.
Get around that, maybe.
Yeah, there's an unfortunate
Hey,
miss.
Pete.
It almost curled so much, it almost got behind the corner guard. Okay, so great chance here for Team NIGH. 2 corner guards and a hit and roll possibility here. Throwing a ton of weight on this.
You may be rolling out.
Yeah, just a lot of weight for that ice.
Want to try that or there or?
Oh, it looks like they've elected to play the guard again.
That looks heavy to me, but.
They sort of went back and forth, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming where the broom was, he was trying to throw a center guard. But he's warm again. This one even has more.
Maybe right through the rings. These gentlemen are switching the advantage back and forth after almost every shot.
Yes.
You take it. No, you take it.
Yeah, you always want to capitalize after after a team makes
Hard.
has a miss.
Yep,
You
come
really
on,
want to
Jim.
capitalize and make your shot
Come on, Jim,
after.
help him then. Help. Come on.
This is close
Really
to
hard.
getting by. It's a little light.
He kicked that rock again.
Jim kicked that rock again. We're going to get it kicked off sooner or later.
They really don't want that rock there.
And he must really, his legs must really go out behind him.
So Daryl's going to make a play on this with a soft weight hit.
Yep. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good call.
Shot, Daryl.
I'm just fascinated by the sweeping because he's not taking the straight side. I'm not seeing a ton of effect with him sweeping on the curly
Yeah.
side.
You mean negatively because they're trying to hold it straight when he's sweeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's sweeping on the side to make it curl.
Curl.
So I was wondering if it was going to touch the guard. But you're definitely right. Like he obviously he just sweeps on that one side.
Yeah.
I will have to investigate this further after the game. Ask him.
Same weight.
Looks like they want to play this end in front of the rings.
Yeah, same.
Yes. They're determined to get that center guard up. So Daryl's hobbies are listed as curling, golf, and beer.
Oh, there's a good one.
I love that beer is a hobby.
Yep, yep. 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 Yep.
That's a great shot. That's exactly what they wanted.
Nicely done. So now we have Jim, the guard kicker, throwing. And his hobbies include gardening. These guys are all gardeners.
I'm so impressed.
And limited golf, he says.
Limited.
And his third one is wonderful, watching the grand girls in field lacrosse.
Oh.
I think you'll find that if you did a survey of this, of the participants of this event, there'd be many grandchildren in the wings.
Just gets that moving. Yeah, now that it's getting later in the end, he's calling Daryl to come around that corner guard. It is pretty close to the center. He should be able to get maybe just a touch of the forefoot.
It's an amazing amount of ice that they have to take, and the finish is all like in the last 10 feet.
Looks heavy. Looks a bit heavy. Line's getting better.
Now that's several attempts they've had in this path, but they haven't got anybody to throw the right weight yet. So he's,
Yeah,
I don't even think he's sure if he's putting the broom in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot.
I mean, the weight wasn't horrible, so they could maybe potentially tighten that broom up a little bit, but like you say, they haven't had a very good read.
Shot. It's still, yeah, it hasn't changed. It's just, it's gliding real nice. It's a little bit tight.
So we'll see how it comes off the line here.
This is really moving.
Not going to be happy with that one.
I think we almost have to be in, don't we? Like real tight. Geez, I think so. I think that same ice has got to be really, really close.
So they're going to try and throw up a biter here. They want as much separation as they can between those two rocks, and they want to take away that freeze, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to keep him hitting.
Yeah, just biting. Right up there, it's just as fast as.
Well, see if Al can make the adjustment here. He's been watching all his players be a bit heavy.
Weight's pretty good. Not heavy. It's not heavy.
Looking pretty good here.
Yep, get her on the 12 foot. Bite and 12.
Would love to have a bite.
Bite. Okay, let's have a look. Bite and 12.
And biting
Judge
12 he is.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. I think you'll see him play the draw.
Use that extra sweeper, eh?
Yeah. And I think I'll come out anytime.
Yeah, I'll try and follow you up there. It's kind of one of those either or. I don't have the right broom to sweep, so can't help you.
Fucking 8 inches is gonna go quick, isn't it?
Yeah. Where'd he go? Is he still here?
He's sitting behind the girls.
Yeah.
It's still a really good opportunity here to maneuver a 2-ender.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to be down to the back one if he has good line, and
Piece of
just
it even
that
gets maybe
yellow
the double.
shot is essentially a guard.
Even if he gets a piece of it over curls, he might get the double.
Yeah, true.
Kind of threw a little funny, but looks like it should curl.
The line
Yeah, it
is
did.
very good. And they have the benefit of 2 sweepers to get this by.
Yeah.
Don't have to go hard here.
His line is really close.
Oh my.
Oh, that's amazing sweeping.
I wonder why the other guy
Whoa.
dropped off though.
It's pretty good. Good shot, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they needed to bring it back that deep once it got by, but really
Right
nice
ahead
shot.
there, right, for that guard, so should be probably an inch more.
I was a little surprised that the one sweeper dropped off when it wasn't even clear of around the guard yet, and he stopped sweeping. Would have been
Give you a few
just
more
disastrous if had it rubbed.
Took about another inch.
Still an opportunity here for the Armstrong team to put one right down on top of this.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a corner freeze on this.
I think that's light. Yeah. Need some help, Daryl.
Yeah, this is curling already, Lori.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, a little bit light.
just light all the way. Sorry, guys.
So, shot for 2 coming up here. He needs full 4.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about earlier when they did say to just put the shot in front. I actually wondered if they should just split the rings and keep them separated to ensure the force. That essentially was a guard, and they've taken advantage, Team NIGH, if he makes this one.
Yeah, and he just threw it, so he should be good. I think it looks pretty good.
This is a great
And
shot.
he's just going to bounce off his own, and it's perfect.
Yeah. Great shot for 2. That's when you say, thanks, Skipper. That was all you.
Yeah.
So after 4 ends, with the 2-ender by Team NIGH, the score is 3-1.
So we're going to take a
got 5
short.
minutes, right?
We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be back with
4
you
minutes.
with more live action here from Glendale
Might go see what
after
they're
their
gonna do
4th
to
end
him.
break.
Yeah, for sure. Soup his ass off.
Okay. We're out. Okay, good.
Probably a good.
And I wonder if, oh, that's the sheet I was looking for the coaches. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just partway through the 5th end here in our feature game. The score is 3-2 in favor of Team NIGH. Sorry, 3-1, my mistake. So we have a bit of an update on our little medical situation here that happened earlier. One of the team members from Team Hutchinson fell in the first end. And Laurie, you were saying you had an update?
Yes, I did hear that the paramedics have arrived and they are taking him to the hospital. So that is Don Shane. So obviously they're going to probably go do an x-ray on that wrist.
So we wish him all the best. He did manage to sit there, though, through the rest of the first 4 ends.
Yeah, it's tough
I could
to
hear
do.
the guy saying that he was getting very pale, though he was looking very white. And so I'm glad that he got medical attention.
Well, I know I broke my finger about 4 years ago at a curling event, but not curling. And the same thing happened. Like at first you feel fine and then the shock sort of sets in. So I think that's a good idea just to check him out. Anyway, lots of action happening here.
Yeah, it looks like all of our games are either at or in their 4th end break.
Yeah, so let's do a quick update on the scores. On sheet C, the score is 1-0 for Cochrane over LaBelle. And on sheet D, it's a tie score at 2 apiece between Lewis and Daniel. And on sheet F, we have Team Royella over Team Armstrong 4-3.
And they've exchanged threes on that sheet. That's there's some big ends going on there on sheet F.
Definitely. Now, on our sheet, we have lots of rocks in play.
Yep.
So Team Hutchinson's going to really try to maneuver or manufacture 2 points here with hit last rock. Lots to work with.
Shot, Pete.
I hear them saying that they're really missing that extra sweeper.
Yes.
Didn't curl at all like your first one.
Well, my worry is it's the first game of a long week, and I don't know how you do it with 3 players for an entire week event.
I'm wondering if they can get somebody from their own club, or, you know, it is a different kind of a situation of being a medical incident, like accident.
Yeah,
and we were just talking to some of the other folks here, and they're saying that there is no spare pool, so the Glendale Curling Club don't have a pool of spares for such an event.
Yeah, we have a lot of homework to do after this game to find out all this information. Okay, might have left a double takeout here for Team Hutchinson.
Like not.
Lots of rocks in play here, and I'll have to be careful here they don't jam something back onto that yellow one as well.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa,
The key with this shot is to keep your shooter around.
Whoa. No, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Even if he doesn't make the double, to get the hit and roll. Oh, that's, you know what? That's an amazing shot.
That's very, very nice end result.
Now they've got 2 over behind the corner guard. Now they're not shot rocks yet, but
the yellow rocks are accumulating in the rings here. I think this is making Mr. Nye nervous.
yeah, he's going to go after these for sure. So we have seen these shots off the line really moving. So I'm anxious to see what this one does.
Not getting as much curl as they were before.
Yeah. Just didn't finish up enough for him.
I kind of heard that same comment when the when the Hutchinson team threw that first draw down there, the skip commented that we're not getting the same finish as we were before.
Yeah, same shot.
Yeah, great opportunity here for Daryl to do another hit and roll. Just slowly build up those yellow rocks.
Yep. Yep.
Needs to hit it high side so he doesn't jam it on that back one.
Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, he will not be happy with that.
Okay.
So things are shaping up rather nicely here for the team without last rock advantage.
Little less weight.
So he's going to try the same shot, try to hit the one behind the corner guard, roll to center.
Yep. Whoa. Henry. Whoa. Whoa.
This needs to move a mile.
Okay, he's just going to get a little piece of it. They've had their opportunities, and things aren't working out for them on that side of the sheet.
I think he just had max ice on it. So I didn't think he threw it that badly.
Yeah. His weight was, you know, definitely not overthrown.
Sorry, Jim. Yeah, well, they said you had control weight.
So it sounds like Skipper's taking some responsibility on that one.
Whoa.
Thought it was a good throw.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Really trying hard for the roll.
Right over. Okay.
That's a lovely shot.
That's nicely done.
You'll see the double attempt here.
Shot.
So, hold there, do you think?
Here. Yeah.
Almost no. We can't hit it on
Yeah. Yeah. There, last quarter, we probably get that inside roll, eh? Yeah. Nice, you got that just over here, just about 2 more rockwoods in behind that red. Which one? That one. Over in here behind that red a bit more.
Do you think we should have a hair more ice? Hey?
We can see they're lining this up. It's either talking about what might be left if they make this double.
Yeah, they just have to be careful that they don't send the one back onto the one on the back of the rings. So it's a little tricky, actually.
Not a thing. No. No.
Needs to finish up for him.
No.
Does.
No.
He's close.
Oh,
That's a great
just
shot.
got it.
That was really good.
It shows that you just can't give up on them, eh?
No, they will finish. You have to believe that.
His never curled, but I shouldn't have that kind of rotation.
Now they're not exactly overlapped, those red ones, but they are just a little bit close together. So if he can successfully draw one in behind here, it would make them raise a little more difficult. Not impossible, but he's going to try and get that skipper's deuce here, Lori.
Yes. Payback for the last end. Here's another funny observation is the skip couldn't even jump up like a mixed doubles to catch his own rock to help sweep because he has a non-regulation head on his broom.
I actually heard them talking about that.
Hard.
Just ticks the front.
So close.
Yeah, the line or the weight was perfect. Anyway, so yeah, I was thinking, well, he could sweep his own, but he actually can't. And you can't change your broom halfway through the game. Once you've declared your broom at the beginning of the game, that's your broom for the entirety.
Right. And in that case, it's his throwing broom. It's his throwing implement. It's going to be, well, I mean, he's going to have a shot for one because all those rocks are going to be in the 12-foot.
Boy, it's going to be if he can hit and stick right there, it's going to be a really difficult draw for one for Al Hutchinson.
He'll have to draw to the wings.
So you really want to nose this one or you're going to let him off the hook.
Oh, he did not want to roll there.
No, so here you give him a nice, same draw. That's a mistake.
Why are we sweeping? Yeah. I just had too much weight.
Well, he's owning it. He's going down.
No.
So draw against 4 here.
Yep.
And here comes the other sweeper.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is important, and they know it.
Yep, gotta go. Yep, gotta go. Still got her. Still got her. Gotta
Their
go.
line is great.
Still got her. Keep her going.
Oh,
Still got her.
I'm not
Still got
sure
her. Keep her
here.
going. Still got her. Keep her going.
Oh, that is great sweeping. My goodness.
Good sweeping, boys.
Oh, boy.
Good thing Daryl rushed out.
I think so. That's
Okay.
Sorry. I'm trying to be.
So after 5 ends, the score is 3-2 for Team NIGH over Team Hutchinson. So good force by Team NIGH in that end.
They played a very good end, and if they could have nose hit on their last, it would have made things very, very difficult for the Hutchinson team.
Yeah, I agree.
Looks like our other teams our games are all done end number 5 now.
Okay, so let's do some updates. So on sheet C, tie game, 1 apiece, lots of blank ends, although there's a lot of rocks in the 6th end happening. So on sheet D, we have Team Lewis is up 4-2 over Team Daniel. And tie game on sheet F between Armstrong and Raella, and the score is 4 apiece.
So some real tight matches going on in this evening's draw.
Yeah, we had quite a few blowouts this morning with the ladies, so it's nice to see some close games here.
I think so.
And Team Hutchinson have to be very happy with the way they're playing, even though they're down a player. And this is seniors, after all, so you need all 4 players. So the curling achievements here for the Dan Reynolds, the lead from Team NIGH. He won the Fairfield Challenge Provincials in 2012 and 2013. And his proudest moment in curling is making it to this event.
Oh, that's sweet.
2 years in a row,
hard to
2017
get there
and
now.
2018.
Very nice. Okay, so this is Pete Irwin. So Pete's made it
Maybe
to a
right
couple
around to
provincial
here.
tankards. One with Al and one with Murray Shannon. That was back in '98. And his, oh, and then the 2016 seniors with Daryl Shane. And his proudest moment in curling was making the 2004 provincials, which was in his hometown of Owen Sound.
Line should be good. We just got to get it, got to hook some.
Nice. There's lots of accomplishments when
Yeah,
you're
it's
reading
good.
off
It's really good
seniors,
hook.
Yeah.
seniors' resumes.
Well, it's going to be wide open. That's the problem. Yeah, just. Yep. Yep, try and bury it. Okay, Pete.
Okay, nice come around by Pete. It's a little bit deep.
If you hit the guard, that's okay.
It had a nice finish. I mean, when it was halfway between the hog line and the house, it was still 2 feet wide of that guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they're playing this tight, and you heard this Skip say it's okay if you get the guard here.
Well, I think he's by the guard. You just don't want this to be too deep.
All right.
Might poke out the other side. I think it has.
I think it's wide open.
Wow. So obviously that tells me that those guards that are high are really not very good. You're going to have to play tighter guards with this much swing in the ice, or else you have to have your draw shots a lot higher in the house.
Right. There's just way too much time for the curl to take effect.
Yeah, he was very tight to the guard there, and it over-curled by at least 2.5 feet. So great opportunity here for Pete to put another one in around top of the forfeit.
Not unless you have to, Daryl. Not unless you have to. All kinds of room. Just up here. A lot of rotation. A lot of rotation, just right here.
Looks like
Staying
pretty
out,
good weight,
staying
too.
out.
I think it's going to be all the way
Yeah.
back to the other one. Might even bump
Starting
it.
to go a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they really want us to have this sit in
Okay.
front of the tee. Just a bit deep.
Let's wait. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the accomplishments here for Henry, and his he's got some Holiday Inch Challenge success, some Colt Regionals, Fairfield Marriott in 2003, 2007, 2008, and he used to be the skip.
Oh.
Dan.
And he has 2 daughters,
Jimmy.
and the oldest lives in Paris, France. And she's a graphic designer, and his youngest lives in London, England. So she's a school teacher, so he's got some really nice places to visit.
Definitely. Lucky him.
So hopefully they're watching and are smiling now because he made mention of them in his little feature sheet.
So Team Hutchinson going to replace this guard. Since it is the 6th end, they would love to have a steal here.
Yeah, it's probably gonna
Tie this
overcurl.
game up.
Over and off. Over and off. Over and off. Over and off.
This is really curling.
Yeah. Just a bit, his weight is good, but just a bit tight out of his hand,
Okay.
I think. Now, will he peel the guard or go after the ones in the house? Problem is it may jam on that back red.
We're losing that.
The only thing I don't like about this shot is that he's going to be behind the tee line, and he's leaving a center guard,
Agreed.
and he's going to lose his only counter in the rings. This is moving too.
Yeah. Lost a shooter out of that. So now, pretty nice situation for Team Hutchinson. They've got shot rock and they've got a center guard to work with. So the steal is on.
Guys. Should we have drawn down in there?
What do you like, there or?
Yeah.
Just bump that inside rock back a few inches and leave it red and cut it.
Yeah.
They could do the infamous Christmas tree here.
They could.
Yeah.
It was great at the Olympics. They were talking about the Christmas tree, and then they actually took the telestrator and drew out the tree to give people an idea of what they meant by that comment. I thought it was so funny.
Because, you know, it's true that people could be tuning in to, especially because it's the Olympics, for the first time.
And not having a clue what they're talking about.
A Christmas tree. Yeah.
Keep it coming.
It's too bad. A little short on that.
This, yeah.
Really needed to be in there for second shot. Just over curled on
This
them.
isn't
Little
bad.
light.
It's dead buried and everything, but it's just
You try that.
leaving the opportunity for Team NIGH to sit two here. And if he could ever get a little inside roll here, he'd be sitting two behind cover.
So I don't think they're going to throw very much weight at this. Based on that ice they're giving.
Yep. Hard.
This one is
Really
really,
hard.
starting to
Really.
bust.
Really hard. Really hard. Really hard. Hard per piece. Whoa.
Oh, he got the little nudge.
Sorry, Al.
He just redirected off of that yellow rock from that just in team.
You know, I think it's great when they do make something that they weren't intending to make when you do apologize.
Yeah.
Tap it about a foot.
It's not all bad though.
No,
it's
it's
you know,
not.
it's behind the tee line.
Yeah.
It still has lots of junk out front.
Yeah, they're sitting two, but it's not ideal. Now, Daryl doesn't have any accomplishments written on his paper, but I know he has been playing, and I'm sure has lots. I know he even played in the men's events this year with a men's team, not just senior team. In fact, when we played in Stroud, his men's team and our ladies' team shared a house, an Airbnb together at that event. We never saw them because we were on opposite draws.
Right. How cool is that?
Yeah, it was funny. So they didn't get enough finish on that.
Jimmy was kicking him over there.
Kicking them all day.
Did he kick another rock?
I missed it.
Same shot. Bit more weight.
Well, that's an unfortunate miss though by Team Hutchinson.
Extra, and they just
Yeah, just a couple feet heavy. Just didn't want to come up.
Yeah, I actually think if we don't sweep it in that mid portion there, I think it comes enough to get the freeze.
So he just managed to make his last shot by brushing up against that yellow rock in the 8-foot. So now he's pretty much exactly the same shot.
Yeah, I thought he was a little snug on release on the last one. So this one looks like a better throw to me.
Whoa.
So it might run completely different than the first one.
Nothing.
It needs to curl, actually.
Yes.
No, nothing.
I think it's good. It just came in enough at the end.
Oh.
Got the roll under even.
Well, I don't know if that's good or not.
I feel like he almost rolled too far.
Yeah.
Even right there, the high there isn't bad.
So many chances. It's just exchanging opportunities here.
Yeah, Team Hutchinson would just love to sink one in there,
Yeah.
steal a point this end. So Al Hutchinson was 2010 and 2013 Ontario Intermediate Provincial
Basically right to the
Champion,
button.
and he is
Same as
the
practice.
2018 Ontario Masters Champion.
So he's off to BC.
Amazing.
a
Now,
wee bit more than
he
you.
is hoping
My
his
last two draws.
teammate is going to be okay because
He's on that team.
he's on the same team. Oh,
Well, I missed giving Jim's highlights. He's quite accomplished as well. Senior mixed
Line's good.
provincials in
have to go
Beaverton in
center. Yep.
09. Intermediate provincials in Oshawa in 11. Senior mixed
Yep.
provs in Brockville in 2012.
Whoa, whoa,
Again,
whoa.
back to intermediates in
Whoa.
Fenelon Falls
Stay with it.
last year.
Stay with it.
this one's looking really nice.
And he
Great
mentioned
shot.
He
Sorry.
mentioned, that he was the runner-up senior mixed 2012 in Brockville, and yours truly here won that event. So we spoke about that earlier today. He said, "Yeah, I remember you, Brockville." And what he doesn't
Well, it
remember is
looked
that
like
we
it
also
did
won it in
until it got
Beaverton in
to-
2009 when he
Oh,
was there.
funny.
It's always fun to see these guys at different events, playing men's and mixed
Do you
and
think it's getting a little
intermediates. and
slower or no? Is it getting a little slower?
It's a small world, this curling world.
Sure is.
Okay.
Now, as far as Dave Nye is concerned, he and Jim Scott have
on
been
it if
together
you can.
for all those events. Skip was Nye, and so they've have almost exactly the same highlights. Although Dave Nye's proudest moment is curling with his dad. So how nice is that?
That's
and he
great.
says for us to give a big shout out to the Lindsay Curling Club. So
Hi, Lindsay Curling Club.
Dan!
They really need this to finish to get Shot
No.
Rock.
No. No. No.
he made it.
I think he's got it.
yeah.
Shoot. Sorry, guys.
If Hutchinson can get to the inside, just try to kick it a little bit. It didn't quite curl enough, so there's still a chance.
Yeah.
Because the yellow's certainly not going anywhere.
Yeah. Get to the inside of it.
He doesn't really have to move it very far.
No, like a foot of weight. Just punch it a foot.
I need about a foot more weight. Yeah. But
He agrees
if you
with
think
me.
it's light, I'll follow you up and give Daryl a holler.
Yeah, so you might have to see Daryl come running out to assist with the sweeping on this one again.
Yes. That's a big shot.
Definitely got more.
Although, depending where he puts this, it's going to be very difficult
Easy.
for
Whoa, whoa. It's heavier.
for
Whoa.
for Nye to score more than one.
This is close. No, it just not
Stay with her, Pete.
finishing. There it goes.
Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Well, judging by the reaction, I think they got Shot Rock out of that. It would have been even better if they could have just pushed it a tiny bit further, but Team Nye is still sitting a second shot here.
It's interesting because he's trying to remember what ice the other skip took, but he's a lefty,
Pretty
so
well
he's
figured
coming
out.
out of a different hack.
Yeah, he shouldn't really be looking at the other
Yeah.
skip's ice.
Catch a little bit of it, move it over.
They seem to not be sure. We don't have an overhead view, so
You know what's dangerous here, Laurie, is I think if he touches his own red on the outside, he could give up two here. Because, like you said, that yellow one's not going in. The one that's sandwiched in between those two reds isn't going anywhere.
well, since he's making a play, I'm assuming yellow's won because really, if
Yeah.
he was Shot Rock,
Well-
I would be okay with
well-
just taking my 1
well-
point, going up two
Close.
with 2 ends to go.
Well,
He is coming right down onto his red.
Well,
It finishes really hard here, though.
And it did. It did. But not enough. It finished, but I think he just left him in there for one for sure.
I'm trying to look at body language to determine who
That's,
scored
a lot
there.
harder, I guess,
Who did you think
maybe.
it was?
One yellow, I believe.
Better.
It's a steal of one, yeah.
Does it?
That's a big steal. Just going to wait for confirmation before we say that for sure. Yep. Okay, so with that
guess
steal,
like
big
feather
steal
goal.
in the sixth end,
Instead of
it's
hitting
a
it-
tie game, 3 apiece between Team Hutchinson and
You have to shoot
Team
yours sideways almost. Just almost.
NIGH.
Yeah, yeah, just feather it.
And Barb, it's only the second game.
Yeah, only 14 more to go, or 13 more to go. We're starting to see a little bit of separation in the other games, Lori.
Yeah, let's see what's happening here. Okay, on sheet C, we have Team LaBelle up 3-1 on Team Cochrane. And on sheet D, we have Team Lewis up 6-2 over Team Daniel.
Yep, they can bring her now. Yeah,
And
should get the center.
on sheet F,
Might as well try.
we have Team Riella up 7-4 over Team Armstrong.
Throw Pete.
Yeah, Team Lewis in that game on sheet D, they have stole 2 ends back to back at 2 points each. They certainly have momentum on their side in that game.
Okay, so we've got the center line guard. Looks like Team NIGH's drawing to the wing or even a corner guard. This is one of those situations. You either
Yep,
want to
come on.
take your 2 or blank.
Come on. A little bit further. That's good. Good. The only thing Al was saying that maybe if we just feather it and go sideways, yeah, just feather it. We caught too much of it, I guess. Because once it starts to curl, you dove in there nice.
Not unless you have to, Daryl. It's staying out there. It's getting better now.
Should see a little bit of offense here.
It hit too much of it though, didn't it?
I think we can go now. Should try and get her up the center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this looks really good for the come around for Pete.
Okay, Pete.
I think he's having a really good game considering that he's throwing 3 rocks and then sweeping 6 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult. You have to do all the judging on your own, and you're used to having a partner in crime to help you out there.
Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Jimmy. Oh, it's on the nose. It's good enough.
That's a good shot. You only could see about, you know, maybe a big third of that. So
Yeah, he made that look pretty easy, actually.
Think normal, eh?
Okay, so Team Hutchinson will try the hit and roll.
Try to blank, I guess. We go peel the guard if he doesn't. I don't know. If he hits it on the nose, do we hit it on the nose or peel the guard? Whoa, 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 whoa.
you hear Team NIGH strategizing about how they're going to manage the end of this end.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting when they said about blanking when they. Oh, jeepers.
Okay.
That is like
That's the third time.
unbelievable. That's the third time I just heard him say.
We're glad we're on TV.
Oh, my
Rob
God.
wants to make sure he gets his fair share of
No more
airtime.
wipeouts, please. He tripped on that pretty hard.
He's blushing. You can see how red his face is.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But what I was curious with that conversation, they talked about potentially blanking the end, yet they put a corner guard in play.
Really
If they were thinking about blanking, they should have drawn into the rings.
Jimmy, it might go way over there.
That corner
Oh,
guard
okay,
could.
it's wide
Oh,
open.
it's the corner guard could end up haunting them if the other
Careful
team
of that yellow
tries
rock.
to force and draws around.
Yeah, exactly. Or hits and rolls behind it. Yep.
So I thought that was an interesting conversation.
Might get there, I don't know. I'm just thinking board.
It was a pretty nice roll they made.
And we know how much finish there is in this spot, so they'll have to be really careful. I don't think you can ever give up on it in this path.
No, it's definitely a
Whoa,
curly
whoa.
spot.
Whoa, 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 Pete, whoa, 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 whoa,
There it goes.
whoa.
He may roll behind the other guard.
Nice way.
Nice shot.
Actually, they could have played for that.
Board.
Certainly can't complain about the amount of curl they're getting on this ice. It's very nice. It's consistent.
Yeah, nice speed too. This one's tight to the guard.
Hard! Hard!
Oh,
Might still
oh, just feathers the guard and pushes the rock almost in behind.
There, Judy.
They're still making fun of him for tripping on the
We're
guard.
having a heck of trouble with
Oh dear. This game's been crazy. We've had guards taken off when they shouldn't have been. We've had perhaps a broken bone, numerous kick stones. I can't keep up with it all.
I told you senior curling was going to be good.
Seniors is where it's at. It's fun. Here's another one of these opportunities to sort of Christmas tree it again. But I think he's over curling a bit. Wait was great.
Oh my.
Yeah, leaves it open on the other side. How crazy. Doubles there if he wants to take it on. Might even get a roll behind the corner.
That corner that's been kicked.
I'm surprised if he plays the top one. He can see a huge chunk of that.
I don't care. Try board.
He seems reluctant to make this call. And bored.
Board weight, I'm shocked at too.
Yeah. He must think this is a really good guard on them.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
It's close.
Just grazed it.
Yeah. I would have thought, I mean, I think he could have made that easily with normal weight, made the double, and potentially even made the roll behind the guard. So I'm a bit surprised with the weight choice on that.
And that path, like he had the right path. He just needed more weight.
The force is on now here for Team Hutchinson if they can make a nice hit and stick here. Even roll a little bit behind the corner would be real nice.
I think that was an original
Yeah.
indication, yeah.
Came up a lot. Okay. Well, now Team NIGH has to kind of change gears. They're realizing that they will be scoring, so now they're going to have to try to score more than one.
like normal. Yep.
See, he called him for normal takeout weight here on a single hit. And yet when he was playing the double, he asked him for board.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Does it hang on for a piece?
It looks like it.
I should have got a better result in your first one. I thought it was going to be dandy. I thought we were going to get the hit. I was getting ready, and I was getting ready to sweep. And I thought, how come that over, like it curled like crazy? Yeah.
So Team Hutchinson choosing to ignore the one on the edge,
Well,
which is fine. You just need to really make sure that you're sitting your 2 points and buried after this throw.
Little nibbler.
Yeah, it is a gamble.
It is, yeah. I like it. I mean, those are really hard to hit and stick on out there, so I don't mind this shot. You just have to make it.
You heard the conversation between the NIGH back end, and I'm surprised that they're surprised about the amount of curl they're getting. I mean, it's the 7th end, and in my opinion, it hasn't really changed since the first end.
Okay. Well, they're
Yeah,
not
Skip, he
touching
calls it all, eh?
Yeah.
The weight's good, the line's good. He threw it.
Oh,
Looks pretty good.
pretty good results.
It actually stopped curling when it grabbed something. It's in a good spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice shot there. Sits 2, one's buried.
Well, I could try to do that.
Not a really easy double this time.
Man, it's thin, isn't it?
And it might jam on the side anyhow.
Okay. Put there, Jim. You might be able to get the double. Might be able to get the double. No, it's a nice angle. I just have to catch about that much, quarter.
It's a pretty thin double, but I think they're going for it.
You hear the other team talking about it's not his strength. He says the other skip is better at drawing.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Oh, nice shot. Does he have enough to get it through? No.
It hangs on in the 12-foot and stays for second.
Yeah, and you know what? A nose hit on the top one will
A little thinner.
will make make them have to force for one. So this is a really great opportunity.
He just really needs to save his shooter here.
They were coming up half decent.
Yes.
Otherwise, that little biter just might come into scoring position.
Sit right there, it'd be real good. And then there won't be any double.
That's a good point too, because and then it
Just
takes
kinda
away
that
the
normal
in-turn
weight.
draw. You'd have to throw the
Just
out-turn
stay
draw.
straight.
Yeah, no
Fairly
sit's
straight.
perfect.
A little quiet.
They gotta go to hold it straight.
Whoa.
Oh, keep cleaning it.
Very
Nice
nice.
shot. Perfect.
Sweet.
There's no choice except to take your 1 point here. There's no double. So he can either hit and stick or he can draw.
Either that or draw.
I don't think there's a double. Not with that guard there.
Do you want to hit or do you want to draw?
That's an interesting conversation.
You're throwing it.
Yeah.
That would be my answer.
That was my first thought too.
It's really just a draw to the 8-foot.
Whatever the skip's comfortable with, really. I think he really wants to get that other red in play. It's just not there.
Yeah, they're talking about when's the last time he threw a draw. So.
You want to try the double? Do you want to try the double? No. Well, it's got to curl past it to go back, right? Yeah, let's draw.
Very wise choice.
So
yeah. That double would be a pretty big undertaking.
You know, you heard him ask them if they wanted to play it, and I think they're trying to nicely tell him that the draw is probably the shot here. Like, if you really want to play it.
Okay, so he just has to hit the 8-foot here.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Actually curling.
Hard. Hard.
You think he might have roundhoused it a little bit there.
Yeah, a little tight and a little tight and a little light. That is a huge steal of 2 points out of nowhere.
Sorry, guys.
So that puts Team Hutchinson up 2. So the score is now 5-3 with one end to go.
We should have.
And our other games are all real nail biters, actually.
Yeah, so the other ones are all into the 8th end. So let's just quickly go through the scores. On sheet C, we've got Team Cochrane took a big 3 points in the 7th end to go up 4-3 over Team LaBelle. And another 3-pointer on sheet D. So we still have Team Lewis ahead 6-5 over Team Daniel. But that game got a lot closer. And then on sheet F, we have Team Riella is up 7-5.
I'm hoping it's going to dig.
Coming home.
I'm hoping it's going to dig.
And they have hammer.
Yeah, take her through. Okay, Pete.
So all 4 games are, you know, anybody's game here. The way they've been exchanging big ends.
Lots of threes. So Team Hutchinson was trying to put one top 4. Pete was a little bit heavy with the draw and put it through.
You know, when you're up, you don't want to put up a guard. So
exactly.
Inner through is such a common phrase for the lead to hear.
Nice corner guard there by Team NIGH.
Well, this might, if Team Hutchinson end up winning this game, it'll make Don's injury seem just a little less painful if his team pulls it out.
Yeah, it'd be quite a comeback. A lot of distraction for this team in this game.
Ooh, I think we're good. We're good. Sweet, Pete.
There, right on the screw hole. So Team NIGH going with the double guard, corner guard. We'll see how the peeling is of Team Hutchinson.
Yes.
Well,
it's always interesting because they've been down essentially most of the game, and all of a sudden they're up by 2, and it's sometimes a distraction to have to switch gears that quickly.
Yeah, they've been chasing.
Yes.
Now they've got to defend.
Exactly.
So we have our first final, Lori, on sheet F.
Yes. So Team Riella
with the win.
Okay.
It's tight.
So with that nose hit, it does bring a 3 into play. 2 corner guards.
He's beating himself up as he slides down to have a word with the skip, but
yeah, it's tough though. You know, I'm sure as, with him playing lead all the time to be trying to throw those peels, it's difficult.
for sure.
So great chance here for Team NIGH.
Room.
Really need to capitalize on that miss.
This is such a lovely path to draw in. There's this great curl here. He just needs to have the right weight. It's sliding pretty good.
Yeah.
He manages to hang on in the back 12. That's okay. It's in play.
Did it come out? Did it come out the other side?
See that? Okay, either or. You like normal? Okay.
So they feel they can see enough of that to make a play on it. And we have seen that earlier in the game today and earlier this game. It does run quite nicely with the up weight out here.
Yep.
He's tight.
Whoa. Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh, he gets away with it. That's a great shot.
They're trying to get it out because it does make Team NIGH's chances a little bit easier. So
that was a really good shot.
Didn't get the peel out though, so it's helping Team NIGH. Just another rock to jam onto.
And now it's Team NIGH's second chance to at the same shot, so he knows the adjustment he has to make.
Yep, come on. Come on, come on, Dan. Come on, Dan. Hard. Come on, Dan. Yep. Come on.
Maybe
Bit
too
more.
much adjustment
Come on,
this
Dan.
time.
Bit more.
Might have got just a nibble on
Good
there.
sweep.
That's pretty funny, eh? He says, "Is it on?" And after he goes and has a look, then he says, "Good sweep." So I'm going to say it's on.
Yeah, it's very close.
Actually, the shadow of the rock is
The
not
miss
on
is
the
that we
ring. So
clip
if you look
that.
at it,
So Al Hutchinson lining up the double peel.
Less than half. Quarter. Yep. 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 Yep.
oh, well done. Well done.
Oh, very nice.
Right out, Pete. Right out.
That was a great shot.
Whether I got that stopped or not.
Oh, that's right. I was over there.
Really solid throw
gotta
by
move this
Daryl
back.
Shane.
Decision time now here. That
I
rock,
don't
that red
think
rock
it's
that is in
here.
play is almost like a guard anyhow if they hit and roll behind that.
Or do
The
you
other
wanna try
option
go
is
here?
just to draw around it for now.
This might be good.
Yeah, it's only the first of the thirds rocks,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So there's time.
Yeah, it's always really difficult to make the perfect hit and roll. So I don't hate the draw around.
They also briefly talked about just the tap back on the yellow,
Should we throw
Try
another
and
guard?
get a jam. I don't really like another guard only because I think that
Throw
red
another
one
guard.
already is another guard.
Well, the way,
Yeah.
the way I look at it is you have a guard essentially, and you have one that you could freeze to. So I feel like 2 is definitely in place. 3 seems to no longer be on the table, but I think there's a really good chance to score your 2 points with the rocks that are currently in play.
Right. I think he's called for the guard though.
A little bit, Dan. Okay.
Well, we'll see if this works out for them.
Well, I think you'll see them just peel that out.
So we have another final on sheet D.
Well, Barb, tell me who won.
Well, it looks like yellow is sitting on the back of the button, so I'm going to take a big leap here and say that Brian Lewis won this game 7-5 over Team Daniel.
Okay, excellent.
And they're fist pumping, so probably a good sign.
Yes.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Over here,
Okay. Hard on the roll. Right.
Nice peel there
But
again.
Straightened up. Yeah. Don't have Dawn slowing her down. That actually back straightened up.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good weight, though. I don't think
Looked
we've
like it
seen
was
too
gonna
much.
curl and then just bang.
They're talking about how it might have straightened up, but
I think when you have that firm weight, it just runs real nice.
I think so. Normal. Push it more.
Trying to hit and roll, I think, or make the double.
So they've got a couple options here. They can try to hit and roll behind the guard, or roll over to the other yellow.
no, they got to sweep this. This is the real finishing spot.
This is looking real close.
Very nice. Little more. Yep.
Shot.
Nice shot.
Good one. Still has that old-fashioned broom.
Take her
All
that way,
taped
right?
up.
Hey?
So where that roll to, it does make it very difficult for Team Hutchinson to remove. So now they're looking at throwing the double off the top.
Good throw.
So if you chase the one that's behind there, you could potentially jam it onto that one that they didn't want back there from earlier in the end.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a good call, especially since we don't know if that red one's on. It won't be on after this. There's a good chance he'll get both of these.
What they're trying to prevent is a score of 3. I guess what it's telling me is they're okay going extra end.
Yeah. But don't you think if in order to make this shot, that his shooter's going to roll slightly away?
Mm-hmm.
It would leave a come around, though.
Oh, boy.
Oops.
He didn't love that one.
Yep.
See how his adjustment was.
Close.
Hard! Hard!
Oh,
Hard!
he's going to jam it onto his own. Oh, no.
Oh, got away with it.
But he rolled the shooter on.
A
Yeah.
little slide.
Had a little trouble with the
Just
landing
didn't
gear
quite
on that one.
Get everything out in front of me.
That's all right. At least we didn't jam.
Yeah.
Try to come around here. Or would he dare try to run the double?
Well, the good news is he'll have an open red one to hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
So most likely,
he'll probably try the double
best case
there.
scenario is a tie.
We might be going extra.
Yeah.
Or do we want to put it over here?
It's been it's a good game. They're
let's
battling
go
back
here.
and forth, and
Both there. Both there, Jimmy, I guess, eh?
So
So it looks like we're down to the last rock on sheet C, and it looks like a draw for the tie. So perhaps the second extra end game. First draw of the men's event. It will be a battle. There's some good teams here.
Yeah, I'm excited. So he's opting just to split the rings here. To sit his 2 points. This does leave a potential for a hit and roll or a double. I think he was a little nervous about putting one around the yellow, worrying that Al Hutchinson would run it back.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty far away from this. I don't think it's light.
Oh, they are not touching it. Oh boy, it's got a little steam on it. Oh yeah, that's not staying.
So now a hit on the red one, and it'll be game over for...
Yeah, that was a tough break. Just a little extra adrenaline sometimes on those.
So as I was just mentioning, the game on sheet C is going to an extra end, and it looks like unless something unforeseen happens in our game, we will be done here after this red rock is removed.
Well, we'll see if Al can get the landing gear down smoothly on this one.
He did promise to throw it a little bit better.
I like his chances.
Whoa, they call that like right out of his hand.
I think he's okay.
Yep.
Oh.
He's got it, but it's...
nice shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay.
Well, folks, that concludes our coverage of this evening's game. Please join us again at 9 p.m. for our live coverage of Draw 2 in the ladies' event, featuring Team Goring from the Bayview Golf and Country Club, whose record is at 1-0, taking on Team Harrison from the Burlington Curling Club, who are 0-1. On behalf of Laurie and myself and the entire TSL crew, thank you for joining us this evening.